Hi, welcome to the SPAG video series. In this video, we're going to talk about CE2.0 Layer 2 protocol forwarding. In a customer network, whenever a customer wants to forward or establish Layer 2 control protocol adjacencies, the service provider is required to forward Layer 2 control protocols. The Layer 2 control protocols can be SCP, CDP, LLDP. There are many control protocols that we can talk about. And on the SPAG platforms, we have a good feature option or the command option in order to forward a specific set of Layer 2 protocol rather than all. We could also forward all control protocols at once too. So going back to the topology that the ELAN service that you created in the previous lab module, what we're going to do is we're going to take that module and then what we're going to do is we're going to exchange CDP between all the CE routers. So when you, for example, when you look at, let me take an example. When you look at CE1.3, if I do a show CDP neighbor, you'll not see any CDP right now because I'm not allowing the Layer 2 control protocols to pass through the service that has been, ELAN service that has been created. For time's sake for the video, let's take a configuration example of R3 and R4. I'm going to quickly jump to R3 and R4. Let me scroll this down. R3 and R4. Let's look at the show run interface gig 0/1. This is the interface which connects to the CE devices, CE1.3, and the same thing, show run interface gig 0/1. And let me do a show CDP neighbor on CE1.4 as well. So as you can see, there are no CDP neighbors. Now there is a requirement from the customer that he wants to pass the CDP frames, and then he wants to see CE1.3 and CE1.4 as the CDP neighbor. Now do keep in mind that the CDP packets are untagged packets. They are not tagged. So we need to actually configure the interface on R-1 and R-3 in order to accept untagged frames as well. So I'm going to just make the change in configuration here so that the CDP frames can be accepted. So quickly jumping back to the CLI here, what I'm going to do is, in order to make the configuration simpler, I'm going to get into the interface which connects to Gigi 0/1, which connects to CE1-3, and I'm going to completely remove the service instance. There are so many error messages, and then you have to deal with a lot of things. So in order to make it simple, just remove the whole service instance off and reconfigure the service instance according to what it was before. Now I just don't need .1q100. I want to match untagged frames, which are the CDP frames as well. So I give encapsulation untagged, and there is a command which actually gives you an option to match another set of frames as well. So encapsulation. The rewrite here does not make any sense because I mean you're matching untagged as well as .1q100. So I'm going to just leave this. So I'm going to just copy the same Xconnect statement. We need the pseudo wire right across, right? And then now the old configurations are back in place. Now I'm going to just say L2 protocol forward, and if you do a question mark, you will see a whole bunch of protocols that can be forwarded or that can be prevented from forwarding. So you can just select CDP, ELMI, or LLDP, specific set of protocols, and forward it. When I say L2 protocol forward and say enter, so it's going to forward all these protocols. But for me, right now, my protocol of interest is CDP. Let's look at the config. It show run interface gig 0/1. So all we did was we are accepting untagged packet along with .1q100. That was the customer frame, and then we are forwarding CDP. Nothing has changed. So let me go to the interface on R14 and do the same thing. Gigi 0/1, and I'm going to just say no service instance. And here I put the service instance back again. I need encapsulation, so I'm going to say encapsulation untagged, comma .1q, and I say 100. and no rewrite command is not necessary. L2 protocol is necessary, L2 protocol forward, and I say CDP, and I put the xconnect command back in place so that we can establish xconnect adjacency. So let me check if the xconnect is backup. Show MPLS L2 transport VC. This is 201. Okay, there you go. And now let's actually go and check if the CDPs are passed. Show CDP neighbor. It's not up yet. We're going to give it a few minutes. Okay, there you see. You will see C13, which is this, actually showing up on C13, and then it's to the gig01 interface. The gig01 interface is the one that connects to R14, so R14 is forwarding all the packets, CDP packets across. And on the CE2.0 and on the C1-3, if I can see the CDP neighbor, C14. It just took a bit of time to receive the CDP frames, but you can see the C14 up, and on the C14 you can see C13 as the neighbor.